What is up, guys? Whitey by me here, and in this video we are going to do a tier list for about 10 hunters. There are about 18-20 different types of hunters. We're not going to do all of them because that video is going to be way too long if I do that, because I like to talk a lot. But for this video we're going to only do 10 hunters, and I'm going to try to keep it simple, try to keep it short so the video is not too long. We're not going to talk about the Hunter Delta because the Hunter Delta only showed up in the Resident Evil manga. And yeah, let's get right into this. Starting with Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles, I believe. Yeah, Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles. The MA121s in this game do hurt. They do a lot of damage. But unfortunately, because they're so fragile, they are kind of a joke. So they're really low up on the list because of that. If they were a little bit more bullet spongy, even if you shot them in the face, and they would be a little bit higher because they do hurt a lot. But yeah, good old MA121s, Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles, hurt, but they're too paper thin. Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. These hunters are not that bad. These are MA121s. They're freaking massive, and they don't have an insta kill. They don't have anything too crazy. And I guess Slant 6 to make up for that, they gave them bulletproof padding for the back, and they gave them like this niche ability where their pod falls down and it falls on you or near you, you're pretty much dead. On professional, you are dead. But other than that, these guys aren't much of an issue. They're kind of annoying because if you are hit by the pod, they get on you and then they just do a lot of like jumping attacks. They keep knocking you down to the ground. But if you're well equipped, if you're high level, like a decent level, if you have like the Juggernaut, Lightning Hawk, Samurai Edge, they're really not that much of an issue, and you get those pretty easy as you just progress through the game. So yeah, Operation Raccoon City MA121 is kind of a joke, but the fact that they can stun lock you and shit and the pot lands on you and fucks you up, they're higher than the previous hunters just because of that. Resident Evil Revelations MA121s. These guys are pretty bad because there's a lot of them. They hurt. Their insta kill is pretty quick. They can happen off screen if when you're not looking. It's incredible. On Inferno mode, they're incredibly annoying to deal with. They're really toxic, mostly because there's just so many of them. There's so many of them. But yeah, MA121s, Resident Evil Revelations. Or Resident Evil Code Veronica MA121s. I think, no, these are not MA121s. These are Hunter 2s. The ones in this game are Hunter 2s. So the Hunter 2s in this game, they have like a little chip on their head, and they're linked up to cameras. So if the cameras see you, hunters come after you. Now, if you're good at avoiding the cameras, you don't have to worry about that. But I'm not good at avoiding the cameras. So the hunters see me, or if the hunter sees me, one shows up. That one hunter, I swear, is more dangerous than any of the previous hunters that I've mentioned. That one hunter, just the one that shows up, this is just so much trouble that I get caught by the camera and I'm just like, man, I hate the hunters in this game. They freaking suck. MA121s from Resident Evil 1 Remake. These guys are pretty much as bad as Code Veronica hunters. They're pretty bad. There's a lot of them in one area. So Resident Evil Code Veronica, there's only the one that shows up. But in this game, there's two usually in a room. And they're really fast, they're really strong, and they have this ability. They can jump on you, pin you down, and then hit you in the face. Unless you have a defensive weapon. Their insta kill is also pretty quick. You can dodge it because they jump at a straight line, and it's not that quick. So you can dodge it if you just stand a little bit off to the side or whatever. You're not going to get hit. But these guys are really dangerous, and there's just so many of them. They're always 2 to 3 together, and it's freaking annoying. They're really dangerous. Resident Evil 0 MA121s. Now take the hunter strength. Take the strength of the hunter from Resident Evil Remake and just give it a new attack where it does like a little, it does that on your ankle and you're stunned for like 40 years. And if there's 2 of them, you're basically dead. If you're Rebecca, you might as well put down the controller. If you're Billy, maybe you have a chance, because by the time Billy recovers from the stun, he'll probably still be in fine. But if it's Rebecca and she gets the little, she's pretty much dead. So yeah, because of that little attack, just because of that simple attack, these hunters are more dangerous than the previous hunters that I have mentioned. There's usually like 2 of them, and if they gang up on you with that little, you're just done. You're just done. Hunter Beta, or Beta, Beta. Hunter Beta. Hunter Beta, Resident Evil 3 original. These guys are more dangerous. I feel like they're more dangerous than the Zero Hunters, even though they don't have the little stupid thing like that. Because these guys are extremely fast. Their insta-kill is extremely fast, and there are usually 2 of them. So that speed makes up for the fact that they don't have that stupid swipe attack. These guys are incredibly dangerous. I feel like they are more dangerous than the ones in Zero just because of the speed. Their speed is ridiculous. Their insta-kill is so tough to deal with. Because at least you have a chance in the previous games to dodge the insta-kill attack. We just stand off to the side if you're prepared. But in this game, they just like, oh, you're dead. They just zoom. They just fucking zoom across the screen. And you're like, oh, what the hell just happened? But yeah, the Hunter Betas in Resident Evil 3, screw these guys. MA121's Resident Evil 1 1996. These guys are really high up here, even though they don't have the stupid swipe. They don't have the insane speed. They don't have the bulletproof back and all of that shit. These guys are really high up on this list, even though these are the first hunters in the entire series. You can count ticks as well, which are like, they have the same exact moveset and health as a hunter. They just look different. But the ticks / MA121s in this game, they're here for the simple fact that they can dodge, which is absolutely insane. It's really annoying. They always rush up on you as well. Their dodge, they jump up and towards you, and it's incredibly difficult, especially if they're on top of you. So you shoot them, they dodge. When they dodge, they go forward, so they can land behind you. There's no auto aim in this particular version, so it makes it incredibly hard to deal with them. You do have auto aim and like deadly silence and stuff like that, but because they do that ability, they have that ability to just dodge your stuff and waste your ammo. These guys are really high up on here because that always gets me, and still gets me to this day. You can hit them with the Magnum though, but anything else, it doesn't seem to affect them. They're incredibly toxic. Incredibly toxic. Alright guys, for our honorable mentions, Hunter R, Resident Evil Outbreak, Hunter Elite, Resident Evil Dead Aim, MA121, Deadly Silence, MA121, Resident Evil Survivor, and for Farleo, Resident Evil Revelations. Now for the worst, best hunters in the entire Resident Evil universe, sweepers from Resident Evil Code Veronica. Who thought it was a good idea to give hunters the ability to poison? That is incredibly genius. And they're called sweepers because these guys come in after the Hive capture force went in, killed everybody. Maybe there's a few stragglers. They send in the sweepers to handle the stragglers. And if the stragglers manage to get away from the sweepers, the stragglers are gonna die to the poison. It's incredible. And when you're fighting, the first time I fought one of these, I didn't even know they were poisonous. And then they looked poisonous. I kind of suspected it. So I got hit one time. And I'm just running around minding my business after I got hit that one time. And I realized, why is Chris limping? And I look and I'm poisoned, and I go into a different room and there's hunters and there's more. They just kill me. It's incredible. But yeah, the sweepers in this game are the absolute most toxic, vile hunter creations ever. These are the worst hunters in the entire series, and that's pretty much it. If you guys would like to list your top 10 worst hunters in the entire series, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll get with you in the comments down below. Peace.